Good morning, everybody. It's St. Patrick's Day. Top of the morning to you. Um, I'm gonna try to make this video short. I just did a video that I realized was way too long, so I decided to basically try to do a shorter video. This video is just gonna be a simple work update or life update video. Um, Excuse me, a little bit of morning gas from coffee. Um, I have been working 5 days straight. No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, 5 days straight. Um, it's been a hard 5 days. We had a lot of changes at work. Not only that, but we're getting busier. It's getting busier at work. This past weekend was really busy due to St. Patrick's Day weekend here in Rolla. So besides that, we also had a little bit of a scrambling to get things straightened out because last Wednesday, it was either Wednesday or Thursday of last week, our boss, our old boss and co-owner of this particular Dickies, um, decided to retire from working at Dickies. She has better opportunities with her other job or her other business and whatnot, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. If I had the option of having two different businesses and one business was making me more money than the other business, and if I focus on the other business, I can make even more money, I would probably sell out the lesser of the two. But it's not like she left us in a lurch where we didn't have a command structure or anything like that. We do have people in charge. We do have a GM and an assistant manager, and the co-owner basically took over the reins and whatnot. So at first, everybody was either trying to step up and scramble to get things done properly, while other people were just slipping backwards. And we had a meeting yesterday about what's going on. And the meeting, as far as I'm concerned, went really good. We got to sit down and talk with the owner, another Debbie, basically. I seem to have more Debbies in my life than I do James. That sounded weird, but her name is well, I'm not going to give out her full name. I'm just going to call her as by her first name. We had a meeting with her and everybody except for maybe one or two people who couldn't make it for either secondary job or primary job reasons or family reasons. But we sat down, we had a talk. We basically hammered out what is expected of us. The GM and assistant manager who I've worked with for the last 6+ months basically said, look, this is what's happening. This is what needs to happen. This can no longer happen, or things like that. That in effect, we got to talk to Debbie, and basically said, we need this repaired. We need this replaced. Basically, gave her a list of things that needs to be done around the store. While she listened to the GM and assistant manager give their spiels and talk about what's going to be happening and what needs to be done. Because the fact our business is increasing, we're going to try to give people more hours and make sure there's enough people that there's no longer going to be any one person going to be by themselves for any extent of time. I've already been told that I'm guaranteed at least 5 days a week because, in fact, I have proven that I go above and beyond in most cases with my job. We also talked about things that are basically what's going to qualify an individual person for increased hours if they ask for it. Things of that nature. Basically, reiterating rules and regulations that have been basically either forgotten or just ignored. Um, a lot of good things, basically. A lot of really, really good things happened at that meeting. I personally feel that it went well, and and yes, I basically, they asked everybody who was there what their hours of availability are, and of course, the GM and assistant manager know that I'm available anytime. I live maybe 8 minutes away from the store, um, and I've come in multiple times to bail people out because somebody called out or something went wrong at the store, or especially in the morning times, I've gone in early on a couple mornings because the manager who opens at 8 o'clock cannot get everything done, or doesn't think they can get everything done by 11 a.m. because the night crew left the store a mess, or we had a last minute catering order that nobody called her about, and or him. Sometimes it's Randy, sometimes it's Lisa. But I get called, and I come to the rescue. I run up there and go, okay, what do you need me to do? Do you want me to help you with the catering order? Do you want me to help you set up the store? What do you need from me? Sometimes it's help them set up the store. Sometimes it's run the delivery, if it's a delivery and not a pickup. I got no problem with that because that's basically, yeah, it kind of wears me down from time to time. That's why I slept so late today. But it's money in my pocket. And that it might only be 45 minutes to an hour, but still, that's money in my pocket. That's going into my bank account, onto my check and whatnot. We were told yesterday, until things are ironed out, to watch our hours to make sure we're getting the proper time, because the new system, I don't know how long it's been, and I need to go double check, but the new system has been having issues with recognizing Sunday as part of a pay period. So I'm like, ooh, yeah, I need to start keeping. I mean, I was keeping my little punch in, punch out slip every day, but I got to the point where it's like, I just can't handle all these pieces of paper laying around. I need to just worry about the end of the week one and double check that. But now that I know what's going on, I need to start keeping every single day until the end of the week and make sure it's kosher. Or end of the pay period, which is two weeks worth of papers. So yeah, I gotta keep my eye on that. But other than maybe one or two people needing to step up, that and a factor we talked about, everybody needs to learn every aspect of the job, which is basically register, sides, boards, all that kind of stuff. I know one of the things that I did not address that at the meeting. I did not talk about that at the meeting. But every so often, and it's only one particular person. I've tried to work with this person, but they seem to let it go in one ear and out the other ear, or forget about it, because the next time they work, they have that issue. We have timers for our fryer, and everything that we cook in the fryer is supposed to be 2.5 minutes, except for onion tanglers. Onion tanglers, which are like strips of onion that have been coated and fried up, that's supposed to be 1.5 minutes. Well, every so often when I go to do fried foods, I notice that somebody adjusts the time to 3 minutes, or straight up 2 minutes, and I'm like, you're either gonna overcook somebody's food or mess up somehow. Because when we get really busy and you're not paying attention to the timer, you're waiting for the timer to beep at you so you know you need to pull up your food. If you adjust that too high, you're gonna have burnt, overcooked food. Now, maybe this one individual person likes overcooked food or extra crispy food, but not everybody likes extra crispy food. So it's kind of like, we've got to this has got to change. This can't continually happen. So yeah, I forgot to address that yesterday, but I can talk to that individual person as well as the managers. I know I've talked to their managers, but like I said, either they forget and or just don't care. They just do it the way they think is supposed to be done, which might be all right if your primary job is basically you don't have somebody who have standards. You can just go in there and do whatever you are assigned to do type of situation. I don't know, but otherwise everything's good. I mean, the for the most part we talked about everything that needs to be done, and the GM Randy has suggested that maybe what he's going to do is every so often sit with a coworker one on one, just to see if there's anything that coworker sees that needs to be done or dealt with or addressed. They also talked about having at least, I don't know if they said once a week or once a month meetings like we had to yesterday. Um, it would be awesome if it was like once a month we can all sit down, agree, make a pre-planned day to have a meeting and have everybody come in and sit down and talk. Um, I kind of think it definitely should be during a weekday because that's when we're less busy at 1:30 in the afternoon. Um, even though there was a couple people who tried to come in and the doors were locked, but I'm happy with the way things are going, and I hope they continue to go the way they're going. Management has already talked about hiring two or three more people coming within the next month or so because, well, we lost Debbie, the old Debbie. One of our guys is going to be going back home by April. He'll give us 2 weeks. No, he'll give us 2 weeks, but he already told us it's going to be April. So we have some time to start looking for his replacement because we will definitely need to replace him. We definitely need to replace one of the cashiers that we let go because she was not exactly a good worker. That in fact, we broke her down to where she had 1 day a week, and there was the one day that she had to come in, she called out. And that's when management decided that it's not worth it. She doesn't want to, she only wants to do what she wants to do, and she wants to act like she can tell everybody else what to do. So, yeah, between poor work ethic and being overbearing, it's not worth it. Sometimes I worry about that with me because sometimes I know my work ethic is pretty good, but I can be somewhat overbearing when I get upset because other people aren't doing their assigned duties or jobs. Like, you signed a contract to do a job, you need to do the job to the fullest, to the best of your ability. Now, I understand, and I'm pretty sure every manager, and I'm not a manager, but I have been there, every manager understands that you have a bad day or you have an off day, or maybe you shouldn't have come to work because your health issues are getting in the way. I can understand that, but my thing is, if you show up to work and you say, hey, look, I'm having a bad day, or I'm having an off day, or I'm having, like for me, I'm having a bad back day, so I can't really bend or do a lot of stuff. I can do the register, I can help out with sides, I can clean stuff, I can prep stuff. Just don't ask me to work the block because that's where my back will get more aggravated than anything else. So it's like my thing as an ex-manager and I don't mean an ex-manager at Dickies, I just mean an ex-manager at other places. If you come in to work, you show up to work and you say, hey, look, I've got stomach issues, or I've got back issues, or I've got issues that's going to hamper my job, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to give you light duty. I'm not going to force you to do heavy work. If you're still having problems, or if your problems persist or causes issues with you being able to do any work, I will let you go home. I will find somebody to come in to replace you so you can go home. Um, but if you're a person who's going to literally try to work the system in your favor and call out every other day or once a week, or on, basically you're calling out on a regular basis for whatever reasons, whether it's you don't want to work with somebody, or you're having a bad day, or whatever it is, but you're constantly doing this, trying to work the system for your favor, I've learned in the past that system will bite you in the butt. Whether you get fired from your job, or when you do work, you're basically, especially in New York, if you can do that on a regular basis in New York, if they don't fire you, um, one, you'll get treated like garbage. Two, you'll get shit jobs. You'll get the worst of the worst type job. For instance, in New York, I didn't do this myself. I've seen it done. Um, One of the jobs I had in New York, we had what we call a grease trap, and that grease trap had to be cleaned out every so often, maybe once every other week or so. And I will tell you this from the fact that I felt sorry for this person and I helped them out. I didn't do the whole job, I just helped them out. It stank. It smelled like literally raw, unadulterated sewage between the fat and grease and meat particles and just nastiness getting caught in this trap. It's like, oh, yeah. Literally felt like, I thought I was going to lose my lunch. But we don't want that. I don't like treating people like that, and I won't treat people like that, but I won't. I'm like my assistant manager, won't tolerate it. If you, for some reason, do not want to work because you don't want to work with the people that you have to work with, or whatever your reasons behind your attitude or your calling out or whatever it is, why am I going to keep you? I can find somebody else who wants the job, who will work and do their best to be part of the team and not be an anchor. And that's basically what happened. That's why they let her go. I mean, my biggest concern with my management team is my GM. I've said this in the past. He's a great guy. He works his tail end off. He busts his butt. But the thing is, he needs to step. I basically said this to him once. I said, if you have enough people, there's 4 people in the store and you're one of the 4. There's 3 people in you. Unless you really enjoy or want to be the one who's on hands and right there up front and personal, there's no reason why you can't step back and have everybody else do the hard stuff while you do the easy stuff. I mean, as somebody who's been a GM, there's been times where I just didn't feel like doing it. Literally, I came into work and I was just like, I don't feel like dealing with the people. I do not feel like dealing with the product. I already had as a GM, I had enough on my plate as is to add an extra portion on my plate to deal with people, to deal with everyday stuff. I was like, that particular day, I was like, look, guys, not that I don't want to help you guys out, but I've got a list a mile long of stuff that I need to do today for tomorrow. I need to rely on you guys to take care of the customers while I do the paperwork. And for the most part, except for one particular person, was like, sure, no problem, we've got it. I said, and I said to them, if you get into a situation where it's getting too busy, or you have a situation where you don't know how to deal with it, just let me know. I will come out and help you deal with it. I don't want you to have to be frustrated because you're dealing with all the customers plus I mean, I know how that is. It's a real bummer. We had no problems except for one particular kid. Um, it's it's one of those things. It's hard to be a GM when you've got so much going on. Now, here at Dickies, it's not that hard. But I've told Randy, look, if you feel that you need to step away from certain situations and get something else done or whatnot, I mean, for the most part, except for yesterday because my back was really, really, really killing me, I was like, Randy, I can't do block today. I can do register, but my back was hurting to the point where I can't do block. It's going to be really bad. Um, Randy had no problem with it. He took the block, and every so often, he would have to step away for one reason or another, and either myself or Tyler, who's the other guy that was there yesterday, will step up and do the block. I mean, I can do the block every so often, but to do the block the whole day, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was doing it for the whole day. In fact, Friday it was 6+ hours, Saturday was almost 8 hours, and Sunday was about 6+ hours. So out of the 3 days, it's probably 20 hours worth of doing the block and coming home and just literally feel like death on death's door. But I still had stuff to do around the house, so I couldn't just sit there and go, I'm done for the day. I still had stuff to do. But I found out yesterday. I have a back brace. It has those little heated cells that literally wraps around the heated part. The part that basically uses your own body heat to reflect and make heat goes right over my spine, or right in the middle of my back, right in the right spot to keep my back from hurting so much. It worked, and I'm like, maybe I should be wearing this more often, especially on weekends when it's going to be really busy. But we'll find out. But all in all, work is really going really good. We had the meeting. The meeting went well. Our plans look like the plans that we've laid out look like they're going to be good. We're going to hire a couple more people. We're going to get replacement bins for our warmer because those are broken. And that's a two-pronged danger. First prong is the fact that you can even with the rubber gloves on, you can nick yourself and hurt yourself. The other reason why is because while you're trying to pull them in and out of the heat cabinet, a small sliver of it could break off and get into somebody's food, which right there is more trouble than you want to deal with. So it sounds like it's starting to rain again. So work is going good, and I'm happy. And if it continues going the way it sounds like we're trying to make it go, I'll be getting a guaranteed 30, hopefully 30 or more hours, 5 days a week. So hopefully it's going to be 30 or more hours. The person who's in control of making the schedule has basically said, if you have any needed days off for whatever reason, get a hold of her. I basically told her I will know at least 24, 48 hours notice unless it's an emergency, maybe even 2 weeks to a month ahead, unless it's an emergency or something that came up. But I talked with her and I said, if you can guarantee me at least 30 hours a week, 5 days a week to 30 hours a week, we'll be good. I'll be fine. And I was told, no problem. I'll probably have 30+ hours depending on what's happening. I mean, I even asked her, if we hire new people, can you please guarantee I get 5 days a week? Somewhere as close to 30 hours as possible. And right now, that's a guarantee. when we get new people, don't know, but yeah. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this little chat, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it in the question comment box. If you're new to my channel and want to see more, or you watched other videos and like what you see, you can click on the subscribe button and a little bell will pop up, and you can click on that bell and YouTube will put in a new video, or put in a notification when I put in a new video. I said that backwards. I'm sorry, folks. Anyhow, have a good day. God bless. Be safe. Bye.